Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Batman and Robin Year 1, Issues 3 and 4, Playing a Little Catch Up by Mark Waid and Chris Samnee. One of the best new series, came highly recommended to me by a few of my friends, so I had to jump on board. And I have to say, it's a great book. I'm surprised it's not Black Label because it feels like it could be that level of quality with such high profile creators. And I wouldn't have minded the bigger format, and it feels like I don't know where they're only $3.99, so I mean win-win for the readers. So the first two issues were great, so cannot wait to dive into this third and fourth issue. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, hit that like button, and let's get right into it. All right, great cover, great composition. Mateus Lopez is an invaluable part of the team here. This is so interesting, and this is pareidolia hitting me right in the face, but is this intentional? I don't think so. But I see Batman's face for sure. Here's his nose, his eye, and his mouth splitting up the panel. If that is just hitting me and it was super obvious to everyone else, forgive. But I think that is so cool, and I love it. Okay, so we have this mob action going on, this mobster coming to town and putting the local, rogues to task and to the test, and kind of causing a lot of problems, of course. And this is Batman's like obsession, preoccupation, while also having just recently adopted Dick Grayson, Robin, who lost his parents, to circus crime. Circus crime. I don't know, whatever. This is just such great storytelling, such beautiful art. I'm sorry, co-plot Mark Waid and Chris Samnee. I like that Chris Samnee gets a co-plot here. I mean, all you have to do is look at his layouts and storytelling and know that he is like largely responsible for the story going on here. Writer Mark Waid, artist Chris Samnee, colorist Mateus Lopez. Like I said, amazing colors. Letters Clayton Coles, who is always on point. With Chris Samnee, interesting that Samnee gets a lettering credit, and I wonder if it'll be obvious why when we get through here. And I think it is starting to become obvious why. There is a couple of influences going on in Samnee's work. Love his work. Got his start at my parent company, my co-publisher, Big Bang. As a teenager, I did a great video on that. If you subscribe, you can look through my back catalog and find that. It's a Big Bang comic. Anyway, I digress. This looks very like Toth influenced. He's become very like noir, but there's still like kind of a fun, almost cartoonish quality to it that gives like a lot of like, see the expression on this character's face here. I just love it. Like amazing storytelling. It looks like movie storyboards, very cinematic. This could be hand lettering, I'm wondering. This possibly, I don't know, maybe that's what he's giving himself credit for. I don't know. But maybe once again, it'll become more obvious. Either way, he deserves a credit for creating such a beautifully aesthetic book. I mean, and of course it's very well written. I don't know if I ever read Batman by Mark Waid before, but, I used to love Mark Waid stuff back in his heyday. Nothing comes to mind off the top of my head. I want to say like Captain America. I don't know. I don't really remember. But either way, I know I enjoy Mark Waid as a writer. Love the bat belt sitting here with the utility belt with all the little Rob Liefeld pouches on it. And I love this, see like the storytelling, like it's just so cinematic and flows so great, like almost Watchmen. Like I love the transitions here. I love the relationship between, Bruce and Alfred is always such a fun dynamic. It's almost like an old married couple in a lot of ways, as he's trying to get his attention and he's ignoring him. But unfortunately, this whole Year 1 really brings to light the problematic situation of, this crime fighter basically taking this 8-year-old kid under his wing and putting him in harm's way. I mean, that's, the danger. And the fact that like he's hiding all this, keeping him up at night, and then he's gonna send him off to school. I'm very disturbed by this. I hope there's some sort of like good resolution to this, because if and that's the thing, like Alfred here is trying to get his attention. He's like, you adopted this boy a few weeks ago and you haven't even seen him, so I'm not responsible for him. So that's disturbing. So, they're basically neglecting him. And then when they're not neglecting him, he's putting him in harm's way. I mean, he almost bites it like 50 times during the next few pages. Gorgeous colors here. I love this. This is so fun. The mobster is like leaning in on Two-Face and, trying to, show who's boss, and Two-Face just ain't having it, of course. I mean, but that shows the balls of this mobster. And then he reveals that Two-Face like let him come into the city in order to kill those circus couple, and Robin and Batman are in the wings like spying. And of course Robin snaps. It's already been established that he's very impetuous and hard to control. That was part of Alfred's frustration, because he said that Bruce was born at 25 and like was always well behaved and acted like an adult. So this is a whole different ballgame. So Robin is like, you're mine. Two-Face is mine. If he's the one responsible, you can't have him. And of course it causes chaos and kind of ruins the plan. All this bad stuff happens. But I like it, you know what I mean? Because it's like, there was always this joke of Robin being like the boy hostage or whatever. Because he is quite a detriment. And I think that shows this very well. But at the same time, I love Robin so much. Like, he's always been one of my favorite characters. I think it is, or was, great for kids to have that sort of identifiable character alongside Batman. And it is crazy. It is nuts. But, I don't know. It's just like your suspension of disbelief. I don't know. I guess it just like kind of disturbed me. To see see Batman be so blasé about it. I mean, I have to believe on the inside that Batman is like really did a review of Metamorpho #1. Love the character. So amazing. So glad to see him back in his own series. So good. Anyway, issue 3. So, like I was saying, I love that we get to see, all this, what do you call it? Like real consequences, like great splash page. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. Writer Mark Waid, artist Chris Samnee, colorist Mateus Lopez, letters Clayton Coles with Chris Samnee, cover artist Chris Samnee and Mateus Lopez, various variant covers by Carrie Randolph, and blah blah blah. We'll not go on about the variant covers. I tend to get the cover by the artist unless it's like an amazing, like Adam Hughes or Los Lobos covers that I have to get. Anyway, this is so good. Once again, the cinematic aspect of this, the visuals here is stunning. And Mateus Lopez, oh my gosh, I don't know if I've ever followed a colorist before, but I would follow this colorist because it is that good. This is such a great scene, like they're underwater and Batman's pinned, and I don't know, it like you really feel the direness of the situation. And I mean, you have no doubt that it'll get out, but I don't know, it's more about the tension of the situation and the sort of like impending reaction. Because Robin really screwed the pooch on this. He almost killed them both, and then he yelled at him for going after him. And then he's like, well, I could have helped. And he's like, the flashlight was helpful. So there is a lot of give and take. Batman is kind of brutal, not Frank Miller, Jim Lee brutal Batman, all-star Batman, but in a way, you know what I mean? I think he lacks a sort of, which makes sense, he doesn't have any real like paternal feeling, and he didn't really have a father, although Alfred was such a good father, right? I don't know. This is creepy too. This mobster takes his dad to the roof and basically tells him what a piece of shit he is, dangling him ever closer to the edge. Like, this is like some dark shit right here, and it is so good. Love the storytelling once again, the noir aspects. Gotham City is the perfect backdrop for any story. Love that it's been night most of the time too. in this silhouette is crazy. And then he's like, of course, I'm not going to push you over. I'm just going to, like, I don't know, torture you otherwise. So good. Like, I love, like, so we have this, like, really interesting story. See, this is where it kind of got disturbing for me about the whole situation with adopting Robin is the welfare woman comes to do like a welfare check. She hasn't been able to track him down. You know, they're just coming in from this mission where Robin almost died 50 times. You know, she says he looks tired. He looks, you know, this. Alfred's like basically begging him, put on your pajamas and lie for us. And Robin doesn't really give them away, but he says a couple of kind of snarky things, and which is interesting. And then just to pay him back, it's the first September Monday in September. So what does that mean? You got to go to school. Oh, we shall see how that goes. I mean, why didn't Alfred just homeschool him? I mean, I guess he needed the social interaction. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then every once in a while, you get this amazing, like, Frank Miller, Sin City Noir, David Mazzucchelli panel coming out. That's what I love, too. It's like, it is, you know, this will definitely stand on its own in the history of comic. I hope people do love it as much as I do. But it stands right alongside of, you know, Dark Knight and Year One and all those great books. And you can see the influence as well. Fun, 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 right? And who doesn't love a great gag with, like, bats? Like, I guess I was going to say, what does he have bats at his disposal? And arguably he does. I mean, the Bat Cave must foster quite a lot of bats. And with great quantities of bat comes great quantities of guano, right? Shout out to Mark Darden, Guano Guy creator. Anyway, you know, that was the only way I've probably ever mentioned guano in one of my reviews, so it had to be done. So much fun. Love, I just love the way, I mean, this is why I love comics. It's such a beautiful medium, and there's such a great, the visual storytelling is just, like, so compelling, and there's nothing else like it. You know, if you enjoy comic books, you totally know what I'm talking about. Anyway, what a dreaded last page. Everybody knows the horror of the first day of school, and I think that's even worse than facing the Riddler and the Joker, so I stand corrected. Batman, take him away from this mess. Anyway, further torture for poor Robin is shaping the Dick Grayson we would come to know and love. Loving Batman and Robin Year One. If you guys are on the fence about it or haven't picked it up yet, it's not too late. We're only 4 issues in. Get on it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and let's get right into it.